Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. My name's Taylor,
Talia,
Tara,
and we are
the three T's.
So today we're gonna be doing kind of like almost like a story time. We're gonna be talking about 5 of our firsts.
Yeah.
So if you just wanna stick around, hang out with us, and find out what our first are, keep on watching. Okay. So the first thing we're gonna be doing is our first kiss. My first kiss, I was probably like older than you guys. I was like 16. Yeah. I was 16 when I heard my first kiss, and I'm married to the same man that I kissed. It was not the best kiss in the world either. Shut up. I hated it. I felt really pressured. I tell him to this day, we've been together 11 years now, and I'm like, you gave me the worst first kiss of my life. So sad.
My first kiss was in middle school. I was, how old was I? I want to say like 14. Yeah, it was very awkward. Like we legit tried to like plan it out, and you don't plan out those things. You shouldn't. It's horrible. But you know, I was young, so yeah, it was. We were outside. We were about to leave to go on our buses, and it was just like a quick little. That was it. And I was like, oh my god, it's my first kiss. But now I'm like, that was so awkward. So awkward.
My first kiss was in 7th grade. I was like 13, and it was with this one chick that shall not be named. But it was really unexpected because like she was walking me to class, and then like she just like pulled me back and just kissed me, and I thought it was like really like bad because 1, I wasn't aware of it, and 2, it was my first kiss, so I didn't know what she was doing. But like after that happened, I'm just like, oh, now it's gonna be so awkward to see you. Like I was so not prepared, and I'm like, why did you just do that?
Okay, so our next one is the first pet. So my first pet, I don't remember what kind of dog it was, but it was a dog. All I remember was that he died from a spider bite.
The first pet that I actually remember was my mom had a gecko. That thing lived till, I don't even know. It lived like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, he lived a long time. That's the first one that like I remember that we had. Mom had this yellow, I think it was like a rat snake. It was like a really long snake, but that's the main one that I remember being the first one. And he would just hang out with us like on the couch or whatever. It was really cool.
First pet I like personally remember is, what was it, like a chihuahua?
Yeah, he was like mixed.
Yeah, some type of mutt, whatever. His name was Skittles, and I don't really remember what happened to him. I think he ran away. I don't know.
Or yeah, I think my dad just let him like.
Yeah, my
he
dad
ran away, and then that was it. It's just like, oh well, he ran away.
Yeah.
So.
The next one we have is our first heartbreak. I was like, wait, do y'all remember?
Yeah, I
I
remember.
do.
You never forget your first heartbreak? Okay, I was in 7th grade, and I really like this dude. We're actually kind of friends now still, but I really like this guy, and we were like talking, you know, like in middle school. I had my own phone at the time. It was so cool because I had my own phone, not a cell phone. I had a wall plug-in phone, and we would talk like all the time. And then he ended up dating my best friend. He ended up dating my best friend, and it was because he said that I wasn't like out there enough. Like I didn't really show my feelings for him, and I was like, bro, like you broke my heart. That was like my first ever real heartbreak.
Okay. I was in 6th grade, and so I was like 13, and he would, to me, I count him as my first boyfriend, but people were like, that doesn't count. Yeah, we were in 6th grade, and we dated like 6 months, but he gave a note to my best friend to tell me that he was bringing out me. He was bringing out me because he was moving out of state or something, but I was just like, man, whatever. And then after that, he would never talk to me. So I was just like, oh my gosh. So yeah, even after like all the other people that I've dated, I don't know why, but that one like made me cry the most. I don't know if it's because I was young or something.
My first heartbreak was in 7th grade. It was with this one guy, and we did it for like 6 months, and we broke up because it was like the end of the year, and we knew that we weren't gonna see each other again because He was 16 and in 7th grade, so he was getting basically kicked out of middle school already because he was too old.
Oh,
So
I was like, yo, who are you talking about? 16 and 7th grade? That's like off. I know what you're talking about now.
and so
That homeboy's done.
yeah.
Don't-
So that's when we ended it, and it was kind of like a mutual thing, but it's still like, I think that was the worst breakup that I've ever had. I guess, yeah, because I was also young, and that was my first long time relationship that I've ever had, so it like affected me a lot, and like I was like crying so bad. I mean, to this day we're still kind of friends, but I mean, it's just gone.
First time we drank. So the first time I drank, I was 14. We were in Daytona for one of the races, and I was like hanging out with these girls that like, okay, their mom was best friends with my mom, so we were all there together, and we all had, I think they had like a condo type, wasn't it? You were there.
I think, I don't know.
And we were 14, and well, I don't even know how, but it was like a recurring thing for them. Like they had already drank, so their mom, I think, was the one that bought the alcohol. So we were in like a hotel room or their condo, I don't know. But that was the first time I drank with these girls that I didn't even know, and it was
Yeah, like
Smirnoff.
Drunk, or you
No, I didn't get drunk. I just drank. No, the first time I got drunk, I don't.
There was too many of those times.
Yeah, I don't remember the first time I got drunk.
We don't encourage irresponsible drinking
Or young drinking.
Yeah, underage.
We're just telling our story.
Underage drinking. But okay, I've never had alcohol. Like I don't drink. I don't enjoy drinking. Anyway, I think so. I was maybe like 20, and I don't know if it's considered alcohol, but I took a sip of lean before. So
tell me why we just discovered this.
Yeah.
You guys, so you guys were learning and we just learned this. We were like,
Yeah.
you drink lean?
Because I only sipped it, so I didn't think it was like a big deal. Like I wasn't gonna go around telling everybody like, oh, I tried lean. Like it was not something that was exciting because I just drink. Like I didn't even drink the whole cup. I just took like a sip and that was it.
That's all you need.
So I didn't feel anything. It tasted like candy, but I was just
Yeah,
like,
that's supposed to.
I know, but I was just like, okay, but I don't want to drink it. Like I was literally like told like, just take a sip. Just take it. It's not even bad. Just take a sip. And I was just like, whatever, man, whatever. But then I was like,
Ooh, living a dangerous life.
yeah, but I've never like drank like anything
Alcoholic.
like at all.
Was when I was 14 also. I had this friend and she had this drink with her and it was in like a water bottle, really tacky, but I mean whatever. And it was some type of liquor that was mixed with some type of juice. And she had asked if I want some. At first I didn't know that there was alcohol in it. So she was like, do you want some? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? So I drank some and I'm like, this doesn't taste normal. And she was like, oh, I kind of spiked it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So technically that was my first time. Like,
Did you continue to drink some?
yeah.
Oh my. Don't be
For
irresponsible.
shame. First accident. It was a month before my 18th birthday. I think it was the last day of school, and we had went to the beach. I drank at the beach. I wasn't driving at the time. So it was like senior day because it was the last day of school. We went to the beach. We all drank. We hung out. Whatever. And then we went home. Everybody went home, and I was so slumped. And everybody was like hitting my phone up. And they were like, Taylor, let's go out, let's go to the movies, let's go to the theater, whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to, I don't really want to go. But everybody was like, come on, it's the last day, we're having fun, whatever, let's go to the theater. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I went and I actually had somebody with me, or like we were at the theater and we were already getting ready to leave, and it was a late show. I think it was like 11 something. And my curfew at the time was midnight. So I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be late. But this person that was there, somebody was supposed to pick this person up and they didn't show. So I had to take this person home. And they didn't live too far from where I lived, but, so I took this person home And I was like, oh my gosh, because I kind of stayed there for a while, like hanging out, which I shouldn't have. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna freaking break curfew. I was freaking out, like my grandparents, you don't play with my grandparents. I'm freaking the F out because it's literally midnight. And so there's these like 2 curves that are going to like on the back road to my grandparents' house. Let me tell you guys, I was hitting close to 90 on those back roads because I was so scared I was gonna break curfew. So I hit like 85 on the first curve. Yeah, there went my first accident. I hit the side of the road. I hit the railing because they're 2 huge curves. So I hit the first curve, the full railing, and I don't know if it's still like that, but even like recently it was still kind of, there's like a huge dent, and I was like, hey. So every time I drive down there, I'm like, hey, I did that. But I hit that side and then I went to the other side. So my car did like a full 360 and it just kept spinning. So it went bang, 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 like pinball type. And I ended up on the other side of the road, but still facing this way. And I remember, because I want to say I fell asleep. I honestly don't remember. I think it was just so bad that I kind of repressed it and I don't remember. So I just remember waking up on the opposite side of the road, and I'm like, oh my god, this did not just happen. So instead of calling 911 or calling anybody, like I said, I was 17, going on 18. I was freaking out. This was my first accident, so I had no idea what to do. And so I drove the car home on all 4 rims.
Yeah, there was like no tires.
There was no tires. Literally when the insurance people came to pick it up, they were like, how did she drive this home? How did she get this from the point of the accident? Because it was still like 5 to 7 minutes from where my grandparents' house was.
Probably like a mile or something.
Maybe mile or two. So they were like, how did she drive this car home?
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. They were like, how did she get this car home? There's no way she drove it. The car was completely totaled. When I got it to my grandparents' house, the car would no longer shut off. Like, the key was out of it. The key was out of the ignition. There was no way of turning it off. So the car just kind of like sat there. And they were like, oh my god. Well, instead of telling them where I was, because I was where I wasn't supposed to be, so I kind of lied at first, and I told them, oh, I hit on this side, because coincidentally, there was an accident that happened on the opposite side. And my grandparents' house is right here. I had my accident here, but there was an accident here, like on separate directions. So I was like, oh yeah, that's where I hit. Because they had heard it, and they were like, oh, are you the car that hit that fence over there? I'm like, oh yeah, that was probably me. So I straight lied about where I was, and it wasn't until a few years later that I actually told them the truth.
Don't lie to people.
Don't lie. So when you get into an accident, make sure you call 911, call the insurance company, okay?
Yeah.
Don't be like me and drive a total car all the way home. Literally, the car could have blew up and I wouldn't be standing here right in front of you, so praise God.
Yeah.
He had my back. I had my Bible in the car, coincidentally too.
Yeah. It was probably like 3 years ago, I want to say. I was with Pablo and my dog. My dog was sitting in the back. And we're coming down the road, and it's a 2-lane road. So we're driving down the road, and he was gonna go into the other lane to pass this other car. He noticed that there was a car coming, so when he went back, the car in front of us had hit their brakes because they were about to go in a turning lane, and it was just a little too late for him to stop because we were like right behind them. And I was actually on my phone, I wasn't even paying attention, but all of a sudden, like, I was like pushed forward, and then I heard like this big old loud like popping noise, and when I look up, there's like dust going everywhere, like stuff's flying everywhere, the windshield is cracked, my airbag was out, and it just happened so fast that I was just like, what the heck just happened? Because I remember I was on Snapchat, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm scooped down because I had my seatbelt on, so I had like slid down in my seat, and I'm just kind of like looking up, like, what the heck just happened? He had like it was a Nissan Altima, and we had hit this Suburban thing, like this big old truck. They had nothing, like almost nothing on their car, but the whole front of his car was like pushed in, and like I said, the windshield was cracked, and you know, even with the airbags coming out, and these people had like maybe like a little dent in the back of their car, and they were like freaking out because they had the baby in the car. But when we were getting out, my dog decided to just take off. So I was like, the dog, Coco, you gotta go get the... I was worried about the dog. I wasn't worried about nobody else. But they were mad because, you know, they have their baby in the car. But I was just like, y'all have nothing in your car. Like, there's nothing there. But I understand now, you know. But, yeah, I don't remember what else really happened, but I had bruises, I had scratches, I was sore for days. And Pablo was sore too. He had a few bruises and stuff. And he doesn't really like talking about it because he still, even to this day, like he still feels bad about it sometimes. I was just like, it was a long time ago. Like, you know, he tried to prevent it, but there was nothing he could really do. It was just, they had hit the brakes and then it was just too late. So yeah, somebody had to go chase for my dog. I don't remember who got her, but somebody got her because she's a pit bull and she runs like super fast, very energetic. So I was like, my dog, go get my dog.
The first accident that I was in was with my mom, my mom's boss, and my dad. And my mom and her boss were in the front seat, and me and my dad were in the back seat. So it was like six or seven-ish maybe. And well, yeah, I was sitting in the middle and my dad was sitting to the left of me, and I couldn't wear my seatbelt because at the time my dad was a little bit heavy set, like I'm not gonna lie. So like we were kind of like jammed in the back because there was something like a bunch of stuff stacked to the right side of me. And my mom had this small red car, and it was in the nighttime.
It was a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, and it was red.
It was an older one, so.
It was like really small, and it was dark. And there was a truck that was behind us, like a big old truck, and I guess he didn't see us. He just ran into us. One, I was sitting in the middle seat. Two, I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. If it wasn't for my dad putting his arm across me, then I probably would have like flew into the windshield or something because I was small and I didn't have a seatbelt on. And then my dad was the one that mainly got affected the most because when it happened, it hit the back of us. So when my dad went to go put his arm over us, the seat, say this is like the back of the driver's seat, his face bashed into the seat when he went to go cover his arm across for me. So after that happened, his whole face was swollen.
It was really bad.
His eye was like
literally forced shut.
Yeah.
Because his face was so swollen.
That accident was awful. Like there was no way of even telling how they made it in the back. It was because like their whole end was like smashed in. It really was a miracle that they survived.
So at that moment, like I was really thankful that like my dad
his cushion saved you.
Yeah, technically saved me from, you know, anything that could have happened at that moment. His face didn't heal for about like
It was a long.
Yeah, it was a
His
long.
face was like that for a long. I remember when you guys went in the hospital and they were like, "Okay, just forewarning, your dad's gonna look a little scary." We were like,
yeah.
"Scary is not the word."
Like even after like because his eye had been closed for so long that it like really affected him.
It was really
his eye
discolored.
was like reddish, greenish,
Purple.
like all those colors. And so I just like I would always feel bad because you know we'd go out in public and people would just look at him like.
It's bad enough he couldn't even walk right because these guys that
Oh, yeah.
messed up blood.
Another
Messed up
accident
leg.
messed him up, but I was just like, my poor dad. Like,
In that accident, I wasn't like injured at all, but
Amazing. It really was amazing.
yeah. Remember to wear your seatbelt all the time because that's what it saved me in our accident. Because I could have,
Mine
like,
too.
just like her, I could have went forward and like hit the dashboard or something, or the airbag could have hit me. Because if I didn't have my seat all, because I don't like sitting like. Sometimes I don't like sitting really close. Usually I have a problem with sitting really close to the dashboard. Like I have long legs, but it still doesn't bother me sitting up close. But I don't know, something that day my seat was all the way back and I had my seatbelt on. So luckily I did that because, and I slid down in the seat. But since I slid down, that also helped. But if I didn't have my seatbelt on, I probably would have just went all the way forward. And then with my airbag coming out, I would have got like smacked right in the face.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. If you have any firsts that you would like to share with us,
go ahead and comment down below what you have experienced. Let us also know what else you would like to see.
Like the video, like it. If you don't like it, like it.
don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Like Talia said, make sure you check out our other videos, and we will see you in the next one.